Hi students, welcome to lesson number 9, Functional Theory of Stratification by Talcott Parsons. Now let us start with the introduction. Stratification refers to unequal distribution of rights, duties, privileges and responsibilities among the members of a particular society. Social stratification is the ordering of social differences with the help of a set of criteria or a single criteria. The system of stratification exists with the deliberate act of the observer who opts for a common criteria. Social stratification has various reckonings, and when these systems do not match, there is resistance. Talcott Parsons regards social stratification as the differential ranking of the human individuals who comprise a given social system and their treatment as superior and inferior in relation to one another in certain socially important respects. Now, let us look into the objectives. The objectives of the lesson are to know the essence of social stratification, to learn Talcott Parsons' functional theory of social stratification. Social stratification deals with the ways in which the human population is specially or socially differentiated, that is, differentiated publicly and demonstrably, and the principle on which the caste system is based is the principle of natural superiority. Natural superiority is not based on physical ability or intelligence, but on endowment of bodily purity. According to Louis Dumont in Homo hierarchicus, opines how the society is stratified on the basis of purity and impurity. Thus, according to Louis Dumont, the extreme form of social stratification coexists with occupational stratification, linguistic stratification, sexual stratification and religious stratification. Social stratification is a patterned arrangement in society based on certain basis of evaluation that privileges a section over the other, leading to differences and inequalities. However, it is also important to note that inequality and differences are not the same, and difference necessarily will not always lead to inequalities. The term stratification was borrowed from the science of geology, and it is a process that is universal. Example of the forms of social stratification could be the caste system in India, class and the others. A central question that drew Parsons was how society and social order came into play. The question that followed this was about the norms and values that made it possible for American society to have maintained equilibrium and order. With his model of structure functionalism, Parsons aimed to develop a grand theory which would explain social behavior. Parsons focused on social order and the central functional role that stratification played in order to maintain social order. Parsons defined social stratification as the differential ranking of human individuals who compose a given social system and their treatment as superior and inferior relative to one another in certain socially important respects. Thus, for Parsons, the dominant values in the society are the central for people to be evaluated, rated and thereby stratified in the given society. In order to determine which people are ranked higher or lower in the society, Parsons provides a theory of the way in which a society ranks the roles or tasks according to the dominant value system in the society. According to him, to perform the functional prerequisites which is outlined in the AGIL paradigm, a given society has four major subsystems comprising of people and facilities. 1. The adaptive subsystem, which is the economy. 2. The goal attainment subsystem, which is the government. 3. The pattern maintenance subsystem, which usually done by the familial and educational structures. The fourth one, integrative subsystem, which is carried on by the police, courts and religious structure, which of these four subsystems with their corresponding institutional apparatus would be considered primary and would differ in different societies. Again, these different institutions would rank different values differently according to the tasks that are considered important there. Thus, the common value system in a society would be more favorable towards the values ranked higher in the primary subsystem in that society. Therefore, the individuals who best possess the values uphold the primary institutions will be ranked higher than individuals who embody the same value to a lesser in stratification. According to Parsons, the ranking of units in a system in accordance with the standards of the common value systems, and the fundamental core of stratification is the interplay between common values and evaluation, which is necessary for judging any actor. This judgment on ranking is not done as on the whole actor itself, but rather on certain properties possessed by the actor. These, according to Parsons, are qualities which refer to characteristics like beauty, the intellect, kinship ties, etc., which performs, which refers to the way in which the persons do things, and possessions, which refers to the objects which are tangible and which can be transferred. We can summarize Parsons' theory of stratification as the evaluation of other determines a person's rank in the society or in the stratification system. This evaluation is done on the basis of a common value systems that exist in the society. The common value system in turn is shaped by the functional subsystem that is provided by primary stress in a given society. People who best live up to the values upheld by the primary subsystems which receive higher status, as well as the other rewards such as the wealth and income. Talcott Parsons believed that order and stability and cooperation in society are based on the value consensus, that is a generally agreement by members of society concerning what is good and worthwhile. Stratification system derives from the common values. It follows from the existence of values that individuals will be evaluated and therefore placed in some form of rank or the order. Stratification is the ranking of units in a social system in accordance with the common value systems. Those who perform successfully in terms of society's values will be ranked highly, and they will be likely to receive a variety of rewards and will be accorded higher prestige since they exemplify and personify the common values. All social systems shares certain functional prerequisites which must be met if the system is to survive and operate efficiently. One such prerequisite is the role allocation and performance. This means that all roles must be filled. They will be filled by those best able to perform them. The necessary training for them is undertaken, and that the roles are performed conscientiously, as according to Talcott Parsons, who says that if one has to have stability and order and uniformity in a society, there must be a mutual understanding among people by having certain values that should be acceptable by everyone in society and viewed as good for all. He says that stratification takes place from these common values, and through these values a person is judged and positioned in society at certain ranks. So, one who performs well and follows all the common values of the society will be ranked at the top, and one who performs badly will be placed at the bottom. Parsons believes that stratification is unavoidable. It is found in all societies irrespective of any human society, and if value consensus is an essential component of all societies, then it follows that some form of stratification will result from the ranking of individuals in terms of common values. Parsons' view that stratification is not bad thing, as it is said have arrived from the common values shared by society, and that it is why he says it is not wrong. Parsons looks at social stratification as both unavoidable and functional for the society. It is unavoidable because it derives from the shared values which are the necessary part of all societal systems. It is functional because it serves to integrate various groups in society. Finally, the inequalities of power and prestige benefit all members of society, since they serve to further collective goals which are based on the shared values. Social stratification exists in all societies, and every society has its hierarchy in which the different individuals are placed. The main problem for the structural functionalist such as Talcott Parsons was now how individuals occupy these different positions, and who do we need these differences. Stratification was not only inevitable in all societies, but it was also very necessary for them, as it promoted stability and order. Parsons tried to explain that all members in society accepted these inequalities because they believed that this was the only way order and stability could be maintained. Therefore, the pattern of social stratification and social inequality become a part of the values of that society, and he stressed on the role of the value consensus in determining the nature of stratification in a social system. Parsons' argument is that he tried to examine why certain positions carry different degrees of prestige. The functionalist theory tries to explain the reasons why a society is able to survive. The underlying belief of this theory is that all societies want stability and peace. The people in society do not want chaos and confusion because this will disrupt their day-to-day activities. Hence, all societies want order and some form of discipline. These are the means of achieving stability in society. The functionalist views society as some form of organism consisting of different parts. These parts are integrated to the whole as they work in cooperation with each other. The human body is a complex organism that comprises different parts of the body. Each of these parts is separate, but they form an integrated whole. Similarly, in society there are different parts that perform different roles. If we look at the total picture of society, we will see that all these parts perform roles which contribute to the stability of the entire society. In other words, they contribute to the integration of society. For example, we find that people have different types of occupations and people perform different types of activities. There are doctors, lawyers, teachers, students, workers, industrialists, farmers, weavers, etc. Though all these activities are different, they are all needed for the functioning of the society. Therefore, they can be viewed as separate parts which work together and in order to integrate the society. Hence, we can see that functionalist approach maintains that every component of the Parsons social structure performs specific functions which are necessary for maintaining stability in that society. These functions are necessary for the survival of that society. Hence, the system of stratification in a society is also necessary for its integration and its stability. The functionalists accept the fact that all societies are stratified. In other words, all the functions carried out by the various members of society are functional for its survival, but they are not equal in status. Some of the functions are superior to the others. They are ranked higher. The people who perform these functions are also regarded as superior to others, that is, those below them. Now, let us look into the functionalist theories of stratification, which attempts to explain how social inequalities occur and why they are necessary for society. The functionalists presume that there are certain basic needs of every society. These needs have to be met, or else there will be instability in society. These needs are known as functional prerequisites. Though these functional prerequisites are important, they are ranked according to the importance that is granted to them in society. For example, workers and managers are needed to run a factory. No factory can exist with only workers and no managers, or only managers and no workers. Hence, managers and workers are integral for running a factory. At the same time, it will be wrong to assume that because both groups are necessary, both have equal status. This is not so. The managers enjoy the higher status than the workers too. Hence, integration does not mean equality. It means that together contribute towards stability, but they do so because they are stratified in a hierarchy. Now, what is the basis of this hierarchy and why do people accept it? These are the questions that the theorists try to explain. The views of Talcott Parsons is that the most eminent of the functionalist theorists is that the central point of the Parsons analysis of social system is the problem of order. He believed that all social systems come into existence because people within this system wanted order and stability. A social system, according to Parsons, existed when two or more people interacted with each other in a bounded situation and their actions influenced others. This means that a social system must first of all have group of people. This group could comprise two individuals or even a country. These people exist within a common boundary. They interact with each other either directly or indirectly, and their actions influence each other's behaviors. One can notice this form of action in our day life, and in your daily life you interact with number of people. While doing so, the behavior is influenced by the person you interact with. For example, when you are speaking to a father or an elder, you behave in a particular manner. When you are interacting with your friends and peers, you behave in a different manner. Why do you do this? Why is your behavior not the same with all people you interact with? According to Parsons, this is because in the course of your interaction, your action, that is your behavior, is influenced by the actions of other person. This makes you change or adapt your behavior in different situations. The regulation of your behavior is different in different situations is mainly because you as an individual behave in a given manner, because everybody else behaves in a similar manner in the given situation. Moreover, you also know that if you do not behave in the prescribed manner, a situation may be created which will give rise to disorder. For example, if you have behaved in a rude manner with your friends, as if the person is your enemy, a hostile situation will be created and you may losing the friendship. Hence, you will behave with him or her in the manner which is expected. Parsons argues that it follows from the existence of the values that individuals will be evaluated and therefore placed in some form of the rank order. Therefore, the different strata in a society are based on a hierarchy which in reality forms its stratification system. Parsons stated that stratification is the ranking of units in all social system in accordance with the common value system. Hence, it is the value system which creates stratification in a society. Moreover, differences in the strata are justified by the value system. Social stratification, therefore, we can assume that the action of any person is determined by whom he or she is interacting with, and this in turn determined by the rules of behaviors in a particular society or social system. The rules of behavior are further based on the common consensus of the people, and that it is why taken as correct. This common consensus is what Parsons calls the values. Social values are therefore the shared beliefs of a society. The way in which these values are practiced, that is the actions which results from these values, are known as the norms. Social norms are thus the rules of behaviors. Parsons further states that social values and norms arise out of the need of every society to maintain order and stability. Values and norms will differ in each society because the needs of each society are different, but the common factor in the value system of each society is the need for stability. Hence, each society devises its own values which are best suited for the purpose. Now, let us know what are the value consensus and stratification. Value consensus and stratification, how does the value system of a society emerge? Parsons attempts to answer this question by stressing that values do not arise out of the mind of an individual like a king or a priest in the earlier times. Values are shared beliefs. This means that all members of a society agree that the given values are the best means through which stability can be maintained in their society. In this way, values are not only shared beliefs, but they emerge out of consensus of the members of that society. This consensus emerges because all members of a society want order and stability in their daily life. Therefore, order, stability and cooperation are based on the value consensus. In any society, those performing according to the social values are better rewarded. The type of rewards, according to Parsons, depends on what the values of that society define as superior. For example, traditionally along with the Rajputs, high value was placed on the bravery and valor. Hence, any person displaying these qualities was better rewarded and given a higher rank. Among other communities, higher value may be placed on the business according and the ability to trade profitably. Hence, those who prove themselves in these fields will be ranked higher. Similarly, in all societal systems, the value system places higher rewards on some qualities and lesser rewards for other qualities. In case a person violates the social values, he or she is punished. Hence, in a society which places greater values on bravery, and person who shows traces of cowardice will lose rank. According to Parsons, modern industrial societies places higher value on individual achievement. Moreover, the emphasis of such society is on producing goods and services. Hence, Parsons noted that in these societies, the value system places primary emphasis on productive activity within the economy. Thus, those who excel in these will be better rewarded. In such societies, it is possible for a worker to become successful industrialist if he has the necessary qualities. After he proves his merit, his status will rise in the social system and he will be only the wealthy person, also well respected in the companies. The executives who are dynamic and successful get higher rewards in terms of salaries and other benefits. This in turn elevates their position in the stratification. Value consensus is an essential part of all societies. Social stratification is inevitable in all societies. The stratification system is seen being just, right and proper for maintaining order and stability. This enables different people to get different rewards. Conflicts may occur between those who are rewarded and those who are not rewarded, but this does not threaten the existing system because it is kept in check by the value system. To sum up the lesson, stratification refers to unequal distribution of the rights, duties, privileges and responsibilities among the members of a particular society. Social stratification is the ordering of social differences with the help of set of criteria or single criteria. The functionalists accept the fact that all societies are stratified. In other words, all the functions carried out by the various members of a society are functional for its survival, but they are not equal in status. Some of the functions are superior to the others, they are ranked higher. The people who perform these functions are also regarded as superior to others, that is, those below them. Value consensus is an essential part of all societies. Social stratification is inevitable in all societies. The stratification system is seen being just, right and proper for maintaining order and stability. Thank you.